Interesting events that are happening as we continue to watch the unfolding of events in the country, with those that are standing for Mnangagwa and vowing that Mnangagwa, whether people like it or not, shall go to 2030. One of these people is obviously none other than Tatenda Mavetera, who has been found to be insulting the general in a song that they were singing and calling General Chiwenga a sellout. Tatenda Mavetera'S actions could soon lead to the Apolo jersey. I don't know why this young girl is not seeing that tables are turning, that things are not going to be as usual, as Mnangagwa is trying by all means to survive this 2030 agenda. The 2030 agenda has sparked quite a lot of fires, which Mnangagwa is not going to be able to quench. We know that Mnangagwa will try by all means to shut people down, to try and buy people into silence. But we want to watch and see whether he's going to be able to do it to everyone, to the point that there will be total silence, because he has managed to buy literally everyone. Tatenda Mavetera is too young in the politics of Zimbabwe for her to be entering into the bullfights. The bullfights of ZANU-PF did not start today. They have been there ever since ZANU-PF, from the days of before the liberation, the days of the liberation war. So for her to want to fit in where bulls are fighting, I think this is misguided. I wish some people could help her to understand that, if she's been given an opportunity to eat, she should just eat and keep quiet and not be found to be making too much noises that could, jeopardize the situation. People like Mfekane, who happen to be Warakashi, who are busy propelling her and saying, "Sianai nae, Comrade Mavetera," they are not going to be there by the time that she'll be putting on the Apolo jersey. That is the mistake that these young people do. They continue to encourage each other to do wrong with the hope that Mnangagwa is going to be there forever. Mnangagwa is not going to be there forever, even if he were to force himself to get to 2030. But there's no guarantee that Mnangagwa will survive in terms of life, whether it's going to live up to 2030. That is the problem. And they forget this. If Mnangagwa was a younger person, maybe who is about 60, I would be saying, okay, these people do understand that the man is still quite young and can be still on there, and they could still be having another 10 to 15 years of him being there. But Mnangagwa, at his age right now, for him to survive up to that portion, it's really going to be a mammoth task. It's next to impossible. And this is one other thing, besides thinking that Mnangagwa is too powerful, they should be actually thinking of the other side, which Mnangagwa cannot deal with, which only God deals with, which is sickness and death. So for them, these young people that are following Mnangagwa, to continue encouraging each other to disrespect the elders and insult and call them names and sellouts and things like that, we know how this eventually ends. It will end in Apolo jerseys. An Apolo jersey is ready for Tatenda Mavetera. Some people, somebody close to her must give her a warning and tell her that you are trading in waters that you will not be able to swim. Why don't you just keep quiet like any other young person who is busy feeding? We've got people like Wana Barbara Rhodes. We don't hear her coming out and insulting the elders in ZANU-PF. I think she's wise enough to just keep her distance and eat quietly from her corner somewhere there. So as for Mavetera, whatever that she thinks she wants to achieve, I think she's going to get it. Very, very soon, things are going to turn very, very ugly, and she will not be able to survive what is coming. So ZANU-PF young people must learn. They must learn from Vanakudzai Chipanga, who thought that Mugabe was going to be living there forever and was going to rule from the grave, and they were going to be safe throughout. They found themselves now apologizing for the sake of life, after having seen that they were left in the cold. So that's exactly the same thing that many of these young people that are making noises over Mnangagwa are going to be facing very, very soon. The tide is turning, tables are turning around, the wind is blowing, and things are likely going to happen in a manner and a way that they may not even understand. So this is quite very interesting what we are seeing happening in the nation. Let's continue to watch the space. Let's continue to pray and believe God for Zimbabwe. Freedom for Zimbabwe is coming, and God is in it.